What's up, you beautiful collectors and action figure fans? It's the one and only Optipotamus coming to you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Constructicon Hightower. Another addition to the Constructicon set and one step closer to finally building Devastator. For the package, you got that nice open window that showcases the figure. You got Transformers, Generations. You can see that he's from Revenge of the Fallen. You got a nice image of him right there. See, he's Studio Series number 47. Side here has an up-close image of his face. The other side here just has that image of Devastator and then the little Devastator logo on the backdrop, which I think it's the same backdrop that all these Constructicons have had. Come around to the back of the package, and you can see that he transforms in 19 steps, and he's in his crane mode. I don't even know what that is. A crane, I'm thinking. And I don't even know what that is. That looks like a little kind of alien-ish robotic T-Rex with like big legs and little tiny arms. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Hightower open up and out of its packaging, and this is a case of, yes, he was in the movie. We saw him as this. I'm not exactly sure what type of construction thing he is. He's a crane sort of thing. And we did see him as kind of the arm section of Devastator, but he never really was shown as an individual robot. So this is one of those cases where they gave him a robot mode just to make him a Transformer, and I guess that's okay. He's so weird. He definitely looks like a little T-Rex of sorts. But as you can see, this is it. He's got some nice treads here. He's got some nice silver paint. Yellow predominantly through the body. Not a lot of paint on him. The silver is kind of it. You get a little bit of that blue paint for the windows there. You get some visible head syndrome. Although you can kind of hide that if you lift this up. You can definitely just like take this and tuck that down like that if you wanted to. So you can kind of hide that face, but I feel like that doesn't even matter because like from there you don't really see too much. And I don't know how many of these construction vehicles end up toppling over on their side that you're gonna see that. So whatever. But yeah, not a lot of paint in general. I mean, his face does have some nice detail on there. But a lot of it is done in just a yellow plastic, it seems. But then some little bits right here do have some nice silver kind of thrown on there. Or black, I should say. Overall, I mean, it is what it is. It does what it needs to do. It looks like that construction vehicle. Obviously, it doesn't have any strings or anything. There was a lot of that wiring and such, but you don't have that. What is kind of cool is if you have scrap metal, you can actually start assembling Devastator of sorts. So going into his, well, both of his modes is fairly easy to do. First, we're going to take this and separate this and kind of hinge that back. This, you have a little square peg that's kind of on an angle that's going to go in here. You just put that in there, which now puts that entire tread on an angle as opposed to this one. And then you do that with this, so just detach that, put that in there. Take his whole neck section, you're going to bring that down, and then take this head and fold this down like that. Take this piece off, and then you put that right in there, like that. And now you have like a little claw thing right here. Kind of lift that back, bring this piece down and around, and then you take this and hinge that back. That's obviously going to attach more to the full body, but rotating that around, there you have it. There's his arm mode. Now, like I said, you can bring this guy in, and then this attaches like this. You want these treads kind of facing up, and then you have this little bit that is just really just friction, but it holds in there very well. So just kind of wedge that in there as best as you can and just give that a good push. It's tricky to do, but it does feel very sturdy in there. Just kind of got to get that pushing down as much as you can. And here you have his arm. Now, part of it, the instructions aren't all that clear looking. Setting that down, here's his instructions. Opening this up to this side. It's hard to tell what they're doing because you got like this little silhouette with the Hightower and then obviously there's scrap metal. I don't know what this piece is right here. There's like a little dark piece that comes down. I'm wondering if it's this, but he did have 3 hands, I guess you could say, or fingers in the movie, but that doesn't bend back the full way that it needs to. I wish that could rotate around. I mean, as it is, I mean, I guess you could kind of say that these are his 3 fingers, but like I said, this doesn't go all the way back. So I just like taking this. You got this little gap right here. I feel like it does a good job of kind of sitting right here. And then here's this, which is kind of like his other finger of sorts. So it's like this is going to be his arm for the most part. You do have the little hinge section right here. I just feel like putting that there gives a little bit more stability to this if you wanted to kind of like rest Devastator on there. I mean, that would kind of help hold them of sorts. So I don't know, or it can be like this, where these are the 3 fingers, or yeah, like the fingers of them. But I don't know what that little piece right there, that little black section, I don't know what that is. And when you look at this, it doesn't really show anything. You can't see that 3rd finger thing there. So I don't know. I guess it's personal preference. Honestly, what you want to do is, it's going to be your toy, so do whatever you want with it. But there's definitely a visible head syndrome there when you got him in his arm mode. So this is more his arm, full arm. So you got the upper part of the arm, the lower part, the hand of sorts down here. I don't know, I kind of, yeah, see, because when you go like that, that whole section kind of drops down. So I don't know. We'll know more, obviously, when we get Scavenger and we're able to attach this guy to Scavenger, because Scavenger makes up the kind of shoulder section of them. But you can see where that's going to plug in there. For me, it's just cool to start to assemble this. I'm super excited about it. And that's, you know, that again, when I took a look at the long haul, you could really see how big he was getting, and this arm really gives you kind of an indication of that as well. So definitely looking forward to this. Now pulling this out, again, it's just friction, but all it does is just kind of slide in there. It's very sturdy though. I do like that. Now going to his robot mode, I guess, is extremely easy as well. We're just going to detach this whole section right here, then kind of lift this and pull this away, rotate this up and around, get this kind of out of the way, get that there. That will, I guess we can rotate this down, and then pull that apart, and then rotate this around. This will tab down here. You got little slots and everything there. That just kind of locks that there into place. These will then rotate around. You can play with these legs how you see fit. This rotates around. That will tab in and lock into place. Then take this entire section here, kind of play with that, and bring that down. Let's see, there we go. Bring that all the way down. Like so. This you can kind of do whatever you want with this piece. Oh, that whole thing hinges. I did not know that. That hinges right there. And then you rotate these around. And this whole thing, spin that around where this is facing that way. And then these hinge. And this is all just like crazy. You really can position this however you see fit. like that, and rotate these little bits out. These are his little tiny T-Rex arms right down there. But that's it. I mean, you can position these legs really however you want, however you see fit. I do love the goofy nature of this. I mean, it really is super goofy how it looks. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you're just kind of playing with this, and again, I mean, kind of position it really however you want, to be totally honest. But when you're done, there you have him in his robot mode, and I guess this is his robot mode. Now, you know, something that's actually kind of cool is that a lot of times Transformers take on humanoid shapes. You know, you have 2 arms, 2 legs, you got a torso and everything. I guess it's kind of cool that this doesn't have that conventional sort of look. So, you know what? Honestly, this guy's really grown on me. As you can see, there's really not much to the transformation. I do think that the actual instructions have his arms or legs like this. I guess that looks a little bit better because, I don't know, you got like broken little things here on the side. So I guess that looks a little bit better. But like I said, unique, and I dig that. You can see though here in robot mode, you do get some more colors coming through, like with some silver paint applications here on his leg section. You got a little bit of silver there on the inside there. Obviously you get a lot of paint detail on the face. That looks really very nice. The yellow doesn't necessarily match. You can see this is a brighter yellow. This is a little bit more dull. So literally what it looks like is it's a molded piece of dark plastic that has yellow paint on there, which gives that slight off look. Same thing up here. You can see how this yellow doesn't necessarily match, but that's okay. It kind of breaks it up, and I dig it. As I discovered, this section, I mean, this whole section here is separate out of the package, so you just take this out, but I didn't know that it hinged right there. That's kind of cool. So putting that back in there and putting that back on there as I break my toy. There we go. Let's not break toys, Paul. But overall, I think he does look really cool. He's got a bit of a butt right here. You could probably lift that up and have a hole. I don't know, he's got a booty, a big old booty. One thing that kind of sucks, though, is this section right here, like, has very loose pegs, and it doesn't really go in there. You can kind of see how this is, like, bent outward. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see that. That should be more in. I could probably fix that myself, but I wish that wasn't really like that. So, I mean, this is basically it for him. There's really nothing much else to it. You got a hinge right here that you can move things around and kind of position this how you want. You got the little hook thing up here. The head here at this large section can move up and down. You got another up and down section here as kind of part of the transformation. You got another up and down section. It is on a ball joint, but it only like rotates like that. So that's how he turns his head to look at you. But I mean, I guess you could, well, no, I mean, because he's always going to be looking up. So yeah, that's kind of weird. Not a big fan of how that is. These little shoulder leg things rotate. They hinge in and out. All sorts of different swivel points here, here. You got a hinge here. You got a hinge here. This whole thing moves around. Lots of articulation. You can flatten that out if you want more of a flat stance. But, I mean, I do think that really does look pretty cool with the overall kind of design of it. Like I said, very alien looking. And then his little T-Rex arms down here are just little hinges, so you can just go rawr, rawr, rawr. So really that's about it. There's nothing much else. But as I said, he has grown on me. I think that he does look really cool, to be honest. It's strange, but kind of like the guy. He's a little cutie. Here, let's bring in Optimus Prime for size comparison. So, I mean, he's a deluxe size figure, so, I mean, there's really not much to his transformation, obviously, but he's a pretty good size still nonetheless, so meh. Now, transformation back is about as easy as it was going into this mode. We're going to straighten this out. There's a lot of flipping around and stuff to get things lined up properly, but it's pretty easy. Detach these. These, just kind of get that up and out of the way. Lift this. Get that straight like that. And then move that whole section back, and then you can collapse that whole head down. This, you want to detach this, and that's going to swivel around as well. And then bring this all the way around. This is where you get some like rotating and folding and craziness. So just kind of hinge this around like that. You got a little tab on the inside, like right there, like there. That's going to plug into his butt. So line up his butt and get that in there. Don't bring it all the way in yet, because you got to bring this all the way down, and it's a little bit easier if you don't have it fully locked in. So rotate that, and oh wait, spin that around. There we go. Just kind of position this where you need it to be for right now. And then, like I said, we're going to bring all these hinge pieces out like so, and then bring this all the way down. And you got a little tab on the inside here that's going to slot in to that little piece right there. So just bring that all the way down. It is a little bit tricky to do that, but like I said, don't push that all the way in just yet. Now you can push that down, and you can tab these little side bits and kind of push this in at the same time. Like I said, it's easy, but there's a you know, a fluidness to it. So you kind of have to spread these out and then push that in, and then give that a lock right there. Squeeze that in, and then these little bits right here. Take these little arms. You want to tuck these up and in to that cavity right down here. And then you got this little piece right here. There's a little angular slot here that tab is going to go into. So just put that there. Give that a squeeze. It just holds in via friction. Just like that. Take this whole bit. Rotate that back. Bring that up. And there you have Hightower back in his crane mode. Yeah, I don't know what it's actually called. It's some type of crane. But as I said, I mean, yeah, it's a Transformer that was just given a robot mode for the sake of having a robot mode. But I think that, as I said, he's grown on me. He really has. And I didn't expect that, to be totally honest with you. Because he's, you know, simplistic. I mean, but he's fun. Honestly, he is really very fun. And I think combining him, that's predominantly the mode that people are going to have him in. So I think people are going to be forgiving of the fact that his robot mode is kind of made up. We did see this in the movie. We saw him both in this mode, and then he would transform, be part of Devastator, and that's the part that like slammed down onto scrap metal to connect to him. I mean, that was kind of a focal point in Devastator forming, so it's kind of cool. Standalone as a figure, not as great as the other ones. The other ones, you know, Rampage, Long Haul, even Scrap Metal, all do a really good job of being able to be displayed on their own. This guy, not so much, not bad, but just not as good as those other ones. But I think the ultimate purpose, obviously, is to create Devastator. And I think that for that, they did a good job. So, all that being said, if Hightower is a figure that you'd like to add to your collection, he is hitting various retail locations right now. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, you can make it really simple on yourself and just go to Big Bad Toy Store. For that, I'll put a link down in the video description where you'll go to BBTS and you can check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Studio Series figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. I want to thank you if you made it all the way to the end of this video. If you did, why not reward yourself by hitting that subscribe button? Also, while you're at it, hit that little bell so that you get notifications whenever I upload new videos. You'll be glad that you did. I'd also like to send a huge shout out to all of my patrons, who through their continued support, now more than ever, help to make reviews like this possible. And finally, remember, grow wise, grow strong, but never grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.
You got the